Aloha, and welcome to the beautiful North Shore of Maui. A very unique spot in Hawaii's island chain that's blessed to get what many consider to be some of the best conditions year-round for wind sports. As such, kiters and windsurfers from all over the world flock here to enjoy the warm, clear waters and strong tropical trades this island is well known for. While we want everyone to have ridiculous amounts of fun out there, it's important to note that the Federal Aviation Administration, known as the FAA, controls the airspace within a 5-mile radius of all major airports in the United States, including here on Maui. The Maui Kitesurfing Community, known as MKC, was formed by local kiters to help preserve access, educate the public, and work with the FAA to make special allowances for kiting here on the North Shore within the FAA-controlled airport zone. A special waiver has been issued by the FAA to the MKC that allows some restricted kiteboarding activity within certain designated areas. Without this FAA waiver, all kiteboarding would be banned within a 5-mile radius of the Kahului Airport. This means no kiting would be permitted from Waiehu throughout all of Kanaha and all the way up through Ho'okipa. Our duty is to inform the public of the waiver's conditions and rules that apply to all kiters here on Maui. First and foremost is the no-fly zone. The FAA has designated the area under and immediately around the runway flight path as a restricted no-fly zone. All kiters are strictly prohibited from riding in or passing through this area at any time. The no-fly zone extends half a mile out on either side of the runway, and 2 miles directly out from the end of the main runway. So it's extremely important that all kiters comply with this at all times. So if, for example, you're launching from Sugar Cove, kiters must be able to get out and immediately proceed upwind, because the area directly out and downwind of the launch is in the no-fly zone, and therefore off limits to any kiting. For riders venturing upwind beyond Upper Kanaha, the downwind section of the no-fly zone begins at the first property on Stable Road. This can be noted from the water by the chain link fence surrounding the tennis courts and the large group of coconut trees beside it. Riding upwind to this point is strictly prohibited. For those doing downwinders from points further up the coast, you must be able to stay at least 2 miles or 3.2 kilometers out to sea when passing through this designated no-fly zone. Second, it's important to understand that we as kiters are but one of many ocean user groups here on the island, so we must respect the activity and personal space of all these other groups. While most are out there simply to enjoy Mother Nature, same as the rest of us, many others are out there earning a living or catching food for their families. So please, show respect and aloha. No kiting before 11 a.m., and be sure to stay at least 200 feet or 60 meters from all fishermen and their lines, divers and their buoys, and paddlers both on stand-ups and in canoes. Local shoreline fishermen can cast their lines out further than you think, and the lines can be hard to spot in the changing light conditions. So it's best to double the buffer zone here just to be safe so we don't scare away their potential catch or get caught up in their line. Divers also need to be given ample room. The flag buoy that they're tethered to can be drifting quite a distance from where they're actually diving or fishing. Plus, they could surface at any time since they're not using air tanks. So it's best to use the 200-foot rule here and err on the side of caution. The paddling heritage and tradition here in the islands runs deep. On any given day, we're blessed to share this amazing stretch of coastline with all types of paddlers, in canoes, prone, or on stand-ups. They have the right of way in all instances, so no matter what they're on, show some aloha and give them the 200-foot minimum distance as with all others. Applying the safety zone to other kiters and windsurfers is also wise and strongly recommended. Many people come to Maui every year to learn to windsurf and kite, so there's no need to ride right up to them before turning around, which is only going to stress them out, or cutting so close under them that you can tell the color of their eyes. Give them the space that you needed when you were learning. At least 2 kite line lengths of a buffer zone is a wise idea. This gives ample room to avoid any unnecessary tangles, or worse yet, injuries. There's plenty of ocean and shoreline here for everyone to enjoy, so please, be respectful of those around you. Be smart, stay safe, and live aloha.